Hello, hello. It's Randall here. The guy over there, Howie Chaney, you used to us to talking about either football, basketball, baseball, wrestling, or something. But tonight, we've got something more and special to talk about. Something that's near and dear to my heart, and especially the Chaney family's heart. Because if you see, in between me and Howie is proof that genetics can be funny. It's Jamielee Chaney, which um, believe it or not, might be related to Howie Chaney. So she's beautiful, he's not, but we'll go from there and make it through the podcast. Jamielee, welcome. What is you work for the agency? Explain to us what your agency is and the name and how people can contact you.
So I work for a community action agency of Northeast Alabama. We are a local nonprofit that houses 7 different counties within the state of Alabama. We help low income individuals with their utility bills. We are federally funded, so a lot of our funds do come from the state, federal grants. The largest program that we do offer at the agency is called LIHEAP, which stands for Low Income Household Energy Assistance Program. So that is electric bills, propane bills, and that realm of things. We can pay bills. We can turn lights on if you've moved somewhere and you need a deposit paid. We can, if you've been disconnected because you didn't pay your bill or couldn't pay your bill, we can help with those kind of things within our 7 different counties. The counties that we offer as of right now is DeKalb County, Jackson County, Marshall County, Blount County, Cherokee County, St. Clair, and Jefferson County. Our main office number is 256-638-4430, and we can connect you within that one number with all the different counties, if there's any questions within the county.
So, Jamie, just and how you can get your questions ready. The first thing I wanted to talk to you about is you have an event coming up in Fort Payne, and the work that you do. A lot of people don't know about it yet. So you're trying to do this publicly so you can get your name out there where they can get help. But it's a real neat way you're going about doing it. And tell us a little bit about I believe it's called the Community Action Day.
Yes, it's Community Connect Days. So this event is a free event. We have gotten tons of different donations and sponsors to help us put on this event. It's free to the community. So the only things that the people will pay for is if they buy anything from the food trucks or buy anything from any of our vendors set up. But as far as the donations or the door prizes we'll be giving out, it's free to enter. We only ask that you go and visit some of our resource tables. So we have other agencies within, I believe, DeKalb and Jackson County that are coming to set up to talk to the people that want to know about them, about their programs and their agencies. So we're really hoping that this can not only shed light on Community Action Agency, but as well as other resources in our county.
Last question before I go over to over to Howie. I'm going to get that one wrong a couple of times today because I'm used to talking to you both that way. When I was reading about your agency, of course, everyone assumes it's for cold weather, but you are here even for the summer. If somebody loses their electricity and it's 102, and every year we read about someone will die of the heat because they have no air conditioning or they're in a home that is without power or something. So that's part of it that I don't think jumps out like it does the winter time. So you're here to assist people in the summer.
Yes, we have actually just started our summer season. We started that on Tuesday because we had a holiday on Monday that we did not work for. So we've just recently switched seasons. So we are completely in the new summer season. So we're there to assist throughout the heat and everything. And there's very few times that I know of that we've kind of turned somebody away at the office because we didn't have time to make for them. All of us at the office are really good about if somebody comes in with a dire need, we're going to see them, whether it be an hour from the time that they get there or right when they do get there.
That's great. Mr. Chaney, I guess I'll let you talk to this beautiful young lady for a minute.
I'm just here for moral support. I have no questions today.
Oh, okay. Well, you be moral support.
No, it's a great cause. I've been somewhat associated with it for a few years. The company I used to work for takes care of them with their office equipment and everything else, and it's a great needs. I've been to several of the locations, and every one of them I've been to, everybody's been great to be willing to help out with whatever the need is, and it's not just power or the propane stuff like that. They'll help in many other ways as far as housing, help people find housing, and help with the payments on that. So, could you talk a little bit about that, Jamielee?
Yes. So we actually have just started a few new different programs that we've not had. I've worked at Community Action Agency for 4 years, and this is, I think, maybe going into the first full year that we've had these new programs. One of our first ones is HOME, which is housing counseling. So what they do is they have several different things that they do. They do housing counseling to help with rent assistance. So if somebody comes in and they need help with their rent, they can go through a housing counseling type thing, and they basically sit and they assess their needs. Why are you living at a place that may be $1,000 when you don't make $1,000? We help kind of direct them in the way of subsidized housing, government apartments, things like that, Section 8, HUD, kind of to get them the ball rolling on maybe where they can start saving. They also help with buying. So if there's somebody that wants to buy, they take them through and they say, okay, these are the different mortgages. What is the things that they need to buy? Another one of our programs that we really like at the agency is our Grow and Work programs. And these two are self-sufficiency programs. You're going to sit down with one of our counselors, and they're going to talk to you about your needs. What are the barriers that we can help you overcome? These are more geared towards our younger clients that a fixed income, that may want to work but just don't know where to start, don't know how to overcome childcare, transportation, schooling. Our work program is one of the ones that's neatest to me, is because it sends them to Northeast to do workforce development classes. And I believe they have to attend classes for a month, and then they pay them to go to those classes at Northeast. So beyond just the electric assistance, we do have a lot of self-sufficiency to help people, because our mission statement is we want to break the circle of poverty, to help people become self-sufficient.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned all those counties, and before we move on, could you actually say where these places are at? Like the one that you're at is in Rainsville. Is that the one for DeKalb County?
Yes. So as of right now, only one county has two offices. Our Jefferson County has two offices, one in Birmingham and one in Bessemer. Our St. Clair is in Hill City. Our Jackson County office is in Scottsboro. Our Marshall County office is in Albertville. And our Cherokee County office is in Center. I think that's all of them.
But if you are, if you're within that county, you're in Jefferson County, you can go to either office to be served, no matter which community you're in, correct?
Yes, we try not to turn anybody away. We just have those two for those because Jefferson County is such a big area that those appointments get booked up fairly quickly. So that's kind of another reason why we opened those.
So in DeKalb County, if you're in Rainsville, but if someone from Fort Payne was looking for help or assistance, they would attend your office.
Yes.
Okay, clarified. Sorry, Howie.
No, that's
that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I know DeKalb County used to have two offices, but then they closed and moved them all out to Rainsville. They kind of expanded that office. So, but y'all have a good thing that's fixing to come up. And this is why I wanted to get you on here. I had to twist Randall's arm a couple of times to get him to do this, but we finally got it on here.
so lying right now. Uncle Randall would do anything Jamielee tells him.
But y'all got the Community Connect coming up June the 15th, which is a week from Saturday at the VFW Fairgrounds in Fort Payne. It's open to anybody and everybody that hears this or wherever can come and participate in this. So tell us a little bit about that, Jamie.
So it's one of the biggest things that we wanted to do, like I said, is to bring resources to light as well as our agency. So on this, you see a bunch of the different resources that we have that are setting up, as well as a lot of different small businesses within DeKalb and Jackson County, and maybe there may be one or two from Marshall County, as well as food trucks. It's just a day. It's going to be from 10 to 4 at the fairgrounds that we want to have people come out and, like I said, just give back to the community, because especially I wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for the people that come out to our office each and every day with the needs that they have.
Absolutely. Like I said, you got people from DeKalb, Jackson County that's going to be coming over to set up. Our friend Bobby Trinidad from Atlanta, South Atlanta, is bringing her lemonade, fresh, what is it called? Main Squeeze lemonade over from Atlanta. She'll have to get up early, but she's coming over, set up, if weather's permitting and all that, to set up and sell, because she heard about it and wanted to come and participate in it. So what if there's somebody on here listening that wants to come and set up? Is there still time for them to register or do whatever?
Yes, definitely. We take people until the very last day. The only thing is with late registrations like this, we ask that if you can bring your own table, please do, because so far we've only reserved so many tables. So we may not have enough for everybody, but you can always reach out to the office at 256-638-4430 and ask for me, or just ask to speak to somebody with Connect Day, and we can always get you signed up and put on the list.
Go ahead and give the other people's name. I know Nick has been a part of it. I've heard you talk about the guys. It's
Yes.
Nick,
Lucas, Paul, Meg, Trinity, and Haven we've really all put a lot into this to hopefully bring out just a really fun day for the community.
I saw Randy, I think I put it on River City the other day. Some of the door prizes that's going to be given away. Some nice prizes that a lot of people have donated in the area, and not only are these people going to come and set up, but I think, are y'all still going to have a car show that day? We
plan on it, as long as weather's permitting and we can have. They want to bring out their cars, we still will have that car show.
They got a car show coming up. They're going to have a bounce house or a slide or something like that I know that Barry and Dunn has paid for them to come out and set up for the whole day. And what's going to be the hours on that, Jamie?
So we'll be set up from 10 to 4.
All right, Randy, what you got for us?
First question is, are there a weight limit on the bounce house? Okay, we'll get back.
I couldn't tell you about that one.
Jamielee, going into this, first of all, it sounds so rewarding. But tell me a little bit about you and your coworkers day to day. I know it's a wonderful thing you do, but your day to day is maintaining. But you also have a level of funding that you have to maintain, correct?
Yes. So with each person that comes in, there are income limits that we have to deal with that sometimes can make it tricky, especially when you see somebody come in to display such a need and they may make just $100 over what our income limit is. Then that's where you kind of get into the point of maybe looking at other agencies or maybe other programs that we have to try to assist them, because at the end of the day, I don't want to have to turn anybody away. And that's just who I've always been as a person. And that was one of the hardest things going into doing this when I started, that I had to deal with and I had to overcome, because as much as I didn't like to tell people no, there are guidelines that we do have to follow.
Yeah, that's the hard part, I'm sure. You hit something earlier I think is much missed, and we'll get the next question. I'll go to, of course, the event going on. But you brought something up, I think, as a parent of a young person. I know your dad and I talk about it a lot of times. Um, my daughter, who knows you very well, is just high school right now at 14 years old, 15 years old. She doesn't have the skills in life, but so many of our kids really are graduating high school without the financial skills to manage their day to day life. Uh, Explain to me how that works. And you get, in example, if you got somebody 18 in that was working and self sufficient, but they didn't have housing, maybe how would y'all address that?
So that would be something for me. I would refer them to our family services department because they handle a lot. One of the other things that they do in the self sufficiency realm is plan budgets for them, help them budget their money, help them even, budget if they have debt and things like that. And I do think that one of the biggest things that we see at the agency is that poverty is a generational cycle.
Yeah,
A
absolutely.
lot of times you see somebody that if they grew up in poverty, that's where they end up when they graduate. And a lot of them do try to better themselves. And I think with the growing economy as it is hard for them to budget and plan because what rent used to be 300, 4, 5, 6 years ago, it's now $700, $800.
Yeah, yeah, and I live in like in the Birmingham area. I live in the Chattanooga area, but then when you go to the bigger city model, it's even worse. I mean, a normal any kind of apartments over $1,000 a month in the city location, so it's even tough. Um, so the Connect Day. Let's get back to this. You've got a ton of people listed on here. Tell me a little bit. What are all the vendors there for? And I don't want to give the impression that this is all about the agency. This is really the agency trying to give some entertainment and fun to the city too.
Yes, it definitely is. So that is when we were looking at planning the event. That's why we kind of looked at doing vendors as well, because as much as we do want our clientele to come in, we want to reach people that we haven't reached before. And that may be with some of these vendors that we have when they share that they're going to be at this event. Maybe that'll reach a different audience that we've not reached before. So we have several different things here. We have some people that's doing like embroidered shirts. We have, I think there's going to be a girl there that's going to be doing cake pops. There's one person that reached out to me a couple weeks ago that is going to be doing like dog bandanas and things like that. We'll have a new local business that's about to open up in Rainsville. Topspin's going to be there, and I think they're going to be setting up maybe some pickleball courts. I'm not 100% on that yet, but we just have tons of different jewelry, Scentsy, just all different kinds of people that can come out and, like I said, hopefully bring a new audience to learn about the resources, learn about community action that hasn't learned about us before.
Do you find that these events too, when you when y'all do something like this, you might get new clients even into the office because some people there's such a stigmatism to it. I'm sure your office and everyone involved in this would much rather someone would need say, "Here I am, help me," than to continue to suffer.
Definitely. We don't want anybody to suffer. If we don't want anybody to be afraid to come and ask for assistance. One of the biggest things is, anybody that gets assistance through us, this is not something they ever have to pay back. This is money that is for them to use until they no longer need us. We always are looking for success stories because we want to see our clients better themselves. We want them to get to that stage of self-sufficiency, whether it be they come in 1 month and get one allotment, or whether they come in for 6 months and we help them for 6 months to better themselves.
And you mentioned some people in your office. Will you do that again, please?
Yeah. So as far as with helping with Connect Day goes, of course we've had Lucas, who is he's been the big front runner for all this, making sure that we've had everything that we need. We have Nick, who is going to be kind of the head of the car show. We have Paul, Meg, Trinity, and Haven, who we're all just going to kind of be. We'll have community action will have tables set up, so there'll be some of us set up there to give resources and help tell people about us there that way, as well as just kind of being around the area and helping out when needed.
One more question, then Howie, I want to go to you. You know so much more than me. What is the history of the organization? How did it come in existence? Because it's a beautiful work it does. It's a work that us as a community should just strive to support. We all talk about, well, we shouldn't need government assistance, but that's what this is for. We all pay taxes for these kind of programs, and this seems to fill a need that is so missing in our communities.
Yes. So, as far as the Community Action Network, because we are not the only one in the state of Alabama that does this, there are several different organizations in the different counties across Alabama that offer the same assistance that we do. So, this Community Action Network actually started as part of the Poverty Act. I can't remember the exact date, but back in the 1900s, it started. And kind of got the community actions to become a thing.
Yeah.
As far as Community Action Agency of Northeast Alabama, I believe we were established in 1965. And we have grown as an agency. It's only been within the last 2 or 3 years, that we've picked up Jefferson County. We didn't start out with 7 counties like we have now. We kind of absorbed them as time went on. So this is actually 60 years community action has been a thing. This in May marked 60 years that community action has been around. So this has been a long time, and things have changed drastically since they first started. Everybody at the office likes to talk about it, especially those that's been here for several years. But I think in the last several years, during COVID times, we've seen a big jump in our numbers. A lot of people with the pandemic and things shut down, there was a lot of people that never needed us that had come in. And, we helped them during that year. We helped them through that tough time when nobody was working. Nobody could do anything. And we've pushed, and they've become self-sufficient, and they've not needed, our assistance anymore.
That's so wonderful. Howie, they've been around a while when the action agency's older than me, and you can see all this gray hair.
Yeah, absolutely. We was at the June Jam Saturday night, and somebody ran into Jamielee that she has been helping out, and he seemed like he was real appreciative of it. And our friend Robbie, her uncle Robbie, he drives a gas truck for more gas out of Rosalie, and he will contact Jamielee every once in a while and say, "Hey, can these people be helped or whatever?"
Amen.
She will try to help them, get them in the right direction. So, for the people that's out there watching this, listening to this, if you know somebody that needs some help, get them that number and, contact somebody there, contact Jamielee. All the people she mentioned earlier I think they basically do the same thing. Is that right, Jamielee?
Some of them do, yes. Lucas and Nick would not really know a whole lot about this. They're on more of the financial side of things. But of course, if you contact any of us, we can always get you in the right direction of who you need to speak with.
Jamielee, and I'll talk to you after here, but please text me the contact information and the address so that I release this over the next week a couple of times. I can attach that number and the address to the videos as I put them out, because I think that's the most important thing. That's a great point, Mr. Chaney.
I'll make one every once in a while.
Absolutely. Usually not about football, but at least about this you can.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but who's in charge of your Rainsville office there?
So as far as it goes, our executive director is Miss Carrie Lee. She's been with the agency for, I couldn't tell you how many years now. But she is an absolutely wonderful director. She has really helped our organization grow tenfold in the time that she's took over. And then as far as all the community service, which is those that we see day in, day out, take applications, see clients, and direct them, that's going to be Miss Haven Blaylock. And she was a case manager, which is what I am, for, I believe, 30 years. So she has worked with clients, she has seen clients, and now with her being in her leadership position, she does a great job in just training all of us to make sure we know and we are able to direct the clients that we see to the right resources that they may need.
So to help you out a little bit, I know Miss Haven. I've known her for a few years, and you said 30 years with her. So that means when she got out of high school at the age of 18, she started. So she's 48 now for that 30 years. So well,
started at 9, so 39. How we say it nice.
Well, my apologies there. Sorry, Miss Haven. So. But anyway, we tried to get some others to come on, or I say we. I asked Jamielee to get some of the others come on, and they're a little skittish about getting on here and talking. But give them a call and talk to them. If you know somebody that needs the help, like Randy said, he's going to get the number, the address, and all this. We'll put it out there. We're going to not only air this today, which is live right now on Facebook. What is it? Facebook, YouTube, X, Twitter, whichever it is.
Twitter. It's on It's on my personal Facebook and YouTube, X, and we'll get it uploaded to iTunes sometime this week too.
We're doing it
places.
Yeah, absolutely. We're doing it live now. We're going to replay it again probably Friday. Replay it a couple of times next week as well. Try to get the word out, not only just for the Connect event that's coming up June 15th from 10 to 4 at the DeKalb County VFW Fairgrounds, but for anybody that needs any help, contact, like Jamielee said, you can contact the 638 number, even though it's a Rainsville number, but you can connect with all these different counties as well. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. Our receptionist, Pam, she's great. You can call in, you can tell her what county, and she'll get you where you need to be.
Absolutely. They're out to help you out any way possible for anybody. And like she said, it's not just for people that needs a pilot light lit during the winter time. It's for the summertime. It's for financial help. It's for home and everything else. And it's a great thing for the people that needs help in present day because of like she said, the rising inflation and everything. Some of the pay wages hadn't got up there to where it will actually help out with everything. So, but back to the Connect. I know you got all these vendors coming in. You got the car show. You got the bounce house. What else you got going on that I may not know about?
So we're going to have some live music as well. We've got a few. I believe we're having the Chestnut Grove Church in Ider. A few of their congregations going to be coming out and singing for us. If you or anybody you know sing, whether it be, you have a band or anything, reach out to us. We're always looking, we'll be there from 10 to 4. So we're always looking for people to fill in if you want. If you have a little bit of musical talent, definitely let us know.
Yeah, well, Randy thinks he can sing, but he don't need to be out there. So you got to say.
If they're going to come stand in my shower, they're going to hear me sing. So we're just going to end that one there.
So make sure it's really make sure you really got musical talent, not what Randy thinks is musical talent. So, but it's going to be a big time. Hope weather is permitting that day. I think you asked me the SHS band is actually going to be there. I'm going to be there. I think Justin Jackson's going to be there. Trying to raise money for the band to take a trip next year. We're going to be there trying to raise some money. I think selling raffle tickets for a homemade quilt, I think it is, and just asking for donations from anybody. I forgot where I was going with that. So it's just, just come out and support everybody, everything is, everybody's just basically volunteering their time to do this.
Yes. As far as I know, all the different resource tables, it is on a Saturday. I have been to several of these, not necessarily an event quite like this, but I've been to several different resource fairs, and those are most of the time during the week. Those are from 8 to 12, which are working people's hours. So not everybody can get out during those times to come and see all these different resources. So this is something that's on a weekend. So hopefully, more families can come out and we can get all of the different resources, like I said, in DeKalb County, Jackson County, out there for people to know about.
I remember where I was going with that. You're not only are you going to be set up outside, but you're also going to have some stuff inside, correct?
Yes, we have gave everybody the option, the vendors and the resources, the option to set up inside the fairgrounds and outside. So we're able to utilize, to my knowledge, almost the whole fairground. So we're trying to have things not super spread out, but we are going to have several different things. There's going to be constantly things. We have a bunch of door prizes where we're going to be giving out. Our three big door prizes is we're going to have a gift card to Blissfully Serene Spa, which is currently in Rainsville, but I believe they're moving to Fort Payne in the next month or so. We have a Blackstone that we'll be giving away, as well as 4 Trash Panda tickets. So those are our 3 biggest door prizes, but we have several different others. Yeti cups. We have everybody. The car show will also be getting some trophies for those that win, as well as some car kits. So there's going to be tons of different prizes that's been gracefully donated to us from several different businesses in the area for us to give away.
You made sure Uncle Jim got his cars registered in there, didn't you?
I don't think there's a registration for that. I think everybody, if you want to, you can show up.
Good deal. Randy, what you got?
Howie, and I may be down that day too, but you'll be able to go live on River City a couple of times, don't you think? Just to kind of update weather and what's going on, and we can support that way too, Jamie. The day of the event, if you have announcements or you want to do anything, we're happy to do that. We want to start wrapping up, but I want to one more time go through the things going on at Connect Day. The car show, really, that is so big. So many people have classic and special cars, and opportunity to just get out and show them off a little bit, Jamie.
Yes, definitely. That is one thing, that was one of our biggest, when we were planning this event, that was one of the biggest things we wanted to do. We wanted to do car show because a lot of our clients are elderly and they do love coming to that stuff. As well as, we do have the younger ones that love that as well. But then we also have the kids that we wanted to cater to. So those were 2 of our biggest things, was the car show and the bounce houses and things for kids.
Jamie, we've done real good here not to talk about you personally, but I am going to ask you one question here. Do you feel something like this was kind of, and it feels like it to me when a lot of the people that work in this industry and the heart to do this, it's much like a doctor or a nurse. It's a kind of a calling to do this kind of work. It's special.
I will definitely say it is special. In the beginning, when I first applied at Community Action, I kind of knew what they did. I had a cousin who worked there who kind of mentioned that they were looking to hire a receptionist at the time. So a week out of high school, I started as their receptionist. And from there, it kind of grew. I found a love for all my clients. I found a love for being able to get our name out there in the community. My job is not just 5 days in an office. I am also out of the office a few days within several different months to go out to different senior centers, to go out to different places to set up, different apartment complexes to set up and do applications that way, to reach people that may not be able to make it in our office. So I really have a love for all of my clients that I see. If they see me out in public and they speak to me, I'm going to take the time to talk to them because I love getting that communication and love getting to just sit there with them. I think this was truly a calling for me. There was a time where I wasn't too sure how long I'd be able to work here because I have such a giving heart, and knowing, like I said earlier, knowing that I would have to tell people no at times really upset me. There are still some days that I come home, discouraged that I may not have been able to help somebody. But getting the blessing of seeing somebody have an opportunity, we've paid their light bill so they can go and they can afford food now. Or we've paid their light bill, they can put money towards something else. Those are the blessings that I look for each day when I'm at the office.
It's a tough time in the world because I mean, I've not ever had to struggle even as a single dad in this environment. I find myself struggling when I never had to before. So it's a tough time, and there's when you need help, it's good to have somebody out there that you can reach out to.
Mm-hmm.
And can you give us the contact one more time?
Yes. So our main Rainsville office number is 256-638-4430.
And one more time through it, car show, bounce house, live in there, music playing.
Yes.
And a fat guy like me can find food, I bet.
Yes, we're going to have several different food trucks. Like Dad said, we're going to have Maiden Squeeze coming from Atlanta. We have O'Shucks, which is some roasted corn. We have Southern Comfort, which is exactly what it sounds, Southern Comfort food. We have some barbecue that's going to be barbecue food truck set up. So there's going to be tons of different things that should appeal to everybody.
Howie, I'm going to let you take over. I think I need to go eat a snack.
Well, you could always eat a snack, so it doesn't really matter if we're talking about
food. True to that. I can eat a turkey leg at a Falcons game, too.
We've done that after eating.
Yes, sir.
After eating a buffet Thanksgiving dinner at Chaney, we've gone and ate a whole turkey leg at the Falcons game. But it's going to be an event at the VFW Fairgrounds. Everybody come out and support it. A cheap, fun day basically to get out of the house. Hopefully, the weather will be good enough for everybody to come out and enjoy it and walk around. And if nothing else, you may see some people you hadn't saw in a while. Tell them hi. All that stuff. And if you don't want to be out in the sun, there's going to be stuff on the inside as well you can deal with. So, Jamielee, you got any closing thoughts for us?
This is our first ever event we're putting on at the agency. So if there's going to probably be a couple of hiccups, but we're really hoping that it's going to be not only a great turnout, but we're able to reach just a lot new, help people reach a lot of new resources that they didn't know about, that they may need. And, we want to be a place that people can turn to, and we want to be able to help anybody and everybody.
So when the phone is ringing off the hook tomorrow and Pam's going crazy, she can blame you for all this, right?
Absolutely.
Well, we don't, being a podcasting media company, we don't have a lot we can do, but we can do this. As much advertising, as much time as you need, whenever, wherever. You are our, I don't know what the road is, but we're our first. We're obligated as a media company to offer so much free advertising and stuff. So you can come here anytime you want, tell anything you want to tell, or if y'all are just having a slow time and want to work on trying to get people in, you're welcome to come back anytime.
Well, thanks so much for having me. This is, like Dad said, nobody else would come and do it, so I got thrown in for it.
There's a lot of, this is a lot of folks that don't know, we've joked about it, of course. Howie is Jamieelee's dad, and Howie is my best friend. So I've grown up, or Jamieelee's, I've grown up. If Jamielee watched me grow up, that's something new. We've grown up, we've watched Jamie, we've been privileged to watch Jamielee grow up, and we're so proud of her and the work she does, Howie. It is really our honor to come on here and talk to you, Jamie, because what you do is way more important than us getting on here and talking sports some nights. So we're just really proud of you.
This is, I think, our first time of doing a podcast without it being sports related on RiverCity-Media. Is that right?
Yeah. Now, just to plug one, we have one coming up, and we might even bring Jamie back for that. We have a going starting in July, The Road You Know, and there are going to be special stories exactly like this, like your success stories, or if you've been ill and, our friend Phil, who recovered from a liver transplant. And this is the first time we've done it. So maybe we'll throw the Action Agency on that show as a free sponsorship every week, Howie.
Sounds good. That's sound like those two goes hand in hand to a certain extent.
Certainly does. Jamielee, you got anything to wrap us up tonight?
I don't think so. Everybody come out to Connect Day. We're hoping that it'll be lots of fun for everybody.
And from all of us, please go out and support this event. And as a group, we'll also give you a Go Falcons on the way out the door. Howie Chaney, anything you've got to close up, buddy?
June 15th, 10 to 4 at the VFW Fairgrounds in Fort Payne.
And look for River City Media for more news and updates between now and June the 15th. We're going to get behind this and we're going to run some updates and re-release this podcast. If you're not watching the first release, you might be watching on June the 14th and we're still plugging at it. Get out. Even the day of the event, we're going to run a podcast. So you're watching this, we're going to run it at the 10 o'clock that morning. You've got time to get out and get to it. So for Randall Cunningham, Howie Chaney, Jamielee Chaney, River City Media, thank you very much for listening to us.